So the Mail now, and 6 months after his surprise win in the Dutch elections, Geert Wilders has finally been allowed to form a government, and it's going to have Europe's strictest asylum policy, Nicholas.
This is finally some good news, more than good news. The Dutch politician, well, the Dutch pronounce it Geert, so I'm going to do that because I did some mini exchange in the Netherlands. Geert Wilders, or Wilders, abandons plans for Nexit, that is the exit of the Netherlands from the EU, and Quran ban to seal strictest ever asylum policy that will see Netherlands opt out of EU rules.
So these were two. He compromised on Nexit and he compromised on the Quran ban to get the other policy through, which is a strict asylum move.
It's a sensible move. The negotiations have been going on for 6 months. Would you believe it? After he scored this historic victory, almost a quarter of the votes, his Freedom Party won that. But all these lefties and so-called proponents and defenders of democracy, when they lose, they boycott you. And this is what we've been seeing elsewhere as well. In Germany, for example, you have Alternative for Deutschland, AfD, and so on. So by blocking and by not cooperating, they were hoping that he would not make it. But now this coalition of 4 parties have reached an agreement. They said, okay, Nexit and the Quran ban, more unattainable.
Yeah.
He has even abandoned his aspirations for becoming a prime minister at this stage, but they are going to form this government and they're going to implement these strict immigration policies.
And Cresside, and Nicholas raises the interesting point that they treated Geert Wilders' win in a very anti-democratic way. I mean, he won a huge mandate. He won more than 23% of the vote, which is huge in a proportional representation system, and 37 of the Dutch Parliament's 150 seats. So the electorate, a big swathe of the electorate, wanted his ideas, and he ran on this, this platform of these quite, hardline, or they're seen as hardline. They probably won't be in a few years.
Well,
and they tried to stymie him. They tried to stop him getting into government.
You know the rules. You can't be a populist, but it has to be democratic. Which is it? We don't know.
But also, people describe him as a populist. Populists tell people what they want to hear. They say things like, oh, we're going to introduce rent caps. Socialists are populists. Geert Wilders is a visionary who sees where the world is going.
Very good point. So do you think all this, because obviously we're talking about it now, this is making it look a lot less attractive to potential immigrants, right? So this is like his own little Rwanda thing in that it's... it reminds me of in a house, the police always say, make sure your house is secure. And as long as yours is a bit more secure than the one next door, you haven't really got to worry, have you? He's kind of doing that.
Well, that's kind of what happened with Britain when we looked like the Rwanda plan was actually going to start working. A lot of asylum seekers or illegal immigrants fled to Ireland because, if you make your country more secure. But I think this is kind of like breaking the seal on the whole notion. We've seen, as with Britain with the Rwanda plan, 19 European countries now want to copy Britain's Rwanda plan. So we're seeing with this, I think other European countries, now that one country has broken the seal and stepped out first, other countries will be like, yeah, you know what, we'll have some of that.
It's like it's PE and everyone's getting a doctor's note and nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.